Wait, baby.
Look good. Look good. How you feel?
Good, good. Hey, bro, I missed that cook on the middle.
I know the first one, bro.
The first one is good. I need
The first one?
That's why I try again because you lay with the fastball.
Yeah.
And I don't want it like the curve like behind you in the middle because that happens, you know.
Yeah. So you trying to go away?
Yeah, down, really down.
Yeah. The first one I took too was middle in. Yeah. But I was auto taking. I like it there, but I mean, if you keep it, just keep it down.
Who picked you up?
I got one of them. Thank you for that.
I say in Spanish. That's something great, you know. Oh, sorry.
I think one thing that maybe the public doesn't understand about Jhoan Duran is he's just a giant teddy bear. He's one of my favorite people of all time. He's very nice. He loves to work. He's very professional. He's very coachable. You see a lot of guys like that have some success, especially at the age that he's at. And they start to kind of be a little bit, more standoffish, and that's not him at all. He wants to be Coach Harder, which is really just an exceptional trait for him to have.
Sí, en verdad sí, soy un oso de peluche, como dicen. Pero en verdad, después que cruzo la línea, como dije ahorita, tengo mi mente en blanco, ¿me entiendes? Estoy encerrado y a la misma vez me pongo como un oso cuando tiene hambre, ¿me entiendes? Un oso cuando tiene mucha hambre, que se pone el oso, se pone rabioso, ¿me entiendes? Yo voy a comerme lo que esté en el medio, ¿me entiendes? Y yo sé que ellos van a hacer un buen trabajo, ¿me entiendes? Porque con la ayuda que vamos a tener también en el bullpen de Colby siempre, que nos ayuda siempre a seguir el buen camino. Y son muchachos jóvenes también, ¿me entiendes? Y tienen ganas de ganar, ¿me entiendes? Tienen esa hambre de ganar.
It's a deep group and a really good group. Last year when we started at this stage, I think we didn't fully know what Griffin Jax was going to be out there and how he was going to transform into what he could become. And we watched Griffin become one of the most dominant right-handed relievers in baseball last year. Jhoan Duran is special every time he steps on the mound. It's not just the velocity, but his development of his secondary pitches, his command, how much better he's gotten over the last few years. You have guys throughout that bullpen that ultimately we know can pitch in meaningful spots in a game. Acquiring a guy like Topa, who came over from Seattle, who pitched in meaningful back-end games for Seattle through the course of the year, he's going to mix right into the middle of it. So Brock Stewart, healthy, in a good place, starting spring training, a guy who has maybe the most electric stuff outside of Duran and our whole bullpen. So it's exciting to think about the depth of the group. You'll deal with injuries. There will be challenges. But how do we make sure that we put all those guys in the best position to be successful?
It's like going away from me, and I can't swing at that because you throw a cutter. I chase it.
And you threw me one cutter, and only reason I didn't swing, it took off before it got close enough to me. Like as soon as it got out your hand, it was already turning.
Didn't really love the idea of throwing anything hard inside to our
I understand
that.
I get that. Appreciate that.
Well, I think what a lot of them have is a lot of experience.
T-Rex grip. Yeah. So I've been trying to see if maybe something there. It stands to reason that if you have the same pull point for the short spin as you do the big spin, it's going to be tougher to separate those two in your mind. Yeah, it's just a common sense thought. Totally.
Well, a lot of it's just, hey man, great job today. Here's some things that I saw. And we also have conversations the next day after those as well that are a little bit more in depth.
Yeah, I'm getting in. We're getting in there. Yeah, we're getting in there. No, it's just throwing a couple in, but for sure, when the season starts, feel more comfortable throwing it to righties. And,
everybody came in ready, and it's going to be a very hard bullpen to decide on who's pitching when, and just because there's so much talent.
Coming from different organizations, two organizations the past 2 years. You know, that's the biggest thing is get that camaraderie. You know, get that that knowledge of how they like to run the bullpen and analytically and scouting reports and all that stuff. So, you know, starting to get an early feel here, early in camp, but it's been great up to this point. I thought my trade was late, and then he came over even a little later.
Got a call from the Marlins GM, said, asked me where I was, and said, well, your drive's going to be a little bit shorter. You're now a Minnesota Twin.
Steve's an awesome guy. I've been working out for him for 3-4 years now in Phoenix, and kind of just always made the joke that he was going to be a Twin at some point because he throws a pretty good slider.
Yeah, we work out in the same place. I don't work out with. You know, he's a little bit crazy, so he's in there, I feel like 4 or 5 hours, absolutely crushing the weight room. But it's awesome to have him. He's a great dude.
Fastball low loose.
A little bit.
Change up, really good pitch. Really good
I feel like I'm pushing it a tiny bit.
You did the first one. I go, you got to, after you threw the first one, you got to throw it, man. And then you threw the next one. It was really good. I know it's wrong.
It's been cool to kind of go, you know, the past couple of years I've kind of been in that situation, coming in with multiple guys into a new organization, kind of get a feel, kind of go through things together. But it's been really cool to get to know the guys, you know, build those friendships and have that go right into the season and have a successful one.
I think, you know, going back to what happened last year and the opportunity they had to make it to the playoff, it'll give you an opportunity to be more successful this year. You know, I think with time, they'll get the whole thing, but definitely the pitching and defense, you know, that it's one of the keys to win ball games.
Just getting that experience, I think, was really important for not only myself, but a lot of these other guys. We're a younger team, I think, in terms of experience and like veteranship. So getting a lot of these guys that are, most of our core came back, that experience of the playoffs and what it takes and what that environment's like is a huge step into like preparing for the next year.
You know, 4th, 5th, 6th inning, when it's about to open the bullpen door and somebody's going to go out there, I think that's when we start to lock in and really start to navigate the game and see, you know, who's coming up, and that's when you start to attack guys.
I mean, they're all great guys. They fit in really well. We're just a super loose group, just like to mess around a whole lot, and they've been doing a whole lot of that since we got here.
Be careful, Griff. Oh! Yeah. Come here, Griff.
Yeah, you sandbag son of a gun. There's a time and place for taking things seriously. Like, you obviously have to get yourself prepared and go ready for the game, but in the meantime, and you know, your off hours, like it's time just to let it go a little bit and have some fun.
Gentlemen, welcome to the 2nd annual Egg Olympics, a for-profit event. The referees for today's events will be Jace and Hank. Did Hank make it out? Hank, please come to the station and get your eggs. Let's go. Good luck to everybody.
I think this is the one. That's the one.
Smaller egg here. Thinking just more density in the shell. I think with the big ones, I'm just remembering they crack a little easier. I could be wrong. Could be totally wrong.
I think this one's hard-boiled.
I think it's the competition. Like, it don't seem like it's that hard, but it's the focus, it's having soft hands, it's footwork. It's all about trying to put yourself in good position to, like, not let the egg crack. So I think last year I was out in like 2 tosses, you know? Like, I was like, all right, Cap, we're gonna have to do better than this. And Cap go, all right, we'll probably, you know, be like last 15. And we ended up being, what, the last 8 or so? So for me and Cap, it was like, we weren't even supposed to be there. So that was exciting to me and him.
What happened was we get into late in the competition, the Elite 8, and you know, Hank and I, we usually call it by the books, firm but fair. But when you get into the Elite 8, a good experienced ref is going to swallow the whistle. And that's where I think the inexperience of Tommy came in.
Right here we go, baby.
Willie!
Oh,
Well, this group proceeds to throw the egg, and he went well beyond the line that was the imaginary line that they drew.
Tommy inserted himself into the play, and all you want to do is let the players play at that point. When you get down to the final 8, it's probably going to be a hard hill to climb as we get through the end of spring training, and certainly you don't want to see it affect opening day and a nice jump start to the season.
Royce and Former, I feel like practiced that before that happened. 1,000%.
Gentlemen, our champions, here we are.
At least we're up there. Thank you. You got it. Just a young guy and an old guy throwing an egg, you know. It's just back to the playground. I did it in 1995. He did it in 2005.
We picked each other 8:30 this morning. Great choice. Yeah. And honestly, I forgot it was even happening today, so I'm just gonna take that mindset into even baseball now. Just go in and have fun. Just be loose and just enjoy.
And soft hands.
Soft hands.
Me and Canterino and Louie all got drafted in 2019 together, and we kind of knew each other when we got drafted. You know, you meet for the first time, but we went to E-Town, played there, and then ended up, COVID hit, and then we all, obviously you go home for that time. Really started to get closer in 2021 when we came back and stuff like that, and yeah, for some reason we just started hanging out a lot more, and now we're living together, and these guys are awesome.
And we usually cook for ourselves, but now it's not like it's like a family meal every night.
Me and Louie got a little battle going. So Louie calls himself the grill master, but I'm also the same way. So now we have a little battle of who cooks the best steak. So we might need you guys to settle a little bit. But
please. We love talking about pitching. We love talking about what we think we did well in our last outings, what we think we could be doing better. So that's always pretty good for us.
We're all good friends. We all just know like what the other person needs, like in terms of like support, whether it's like goofing off, being serious, or just talking baseball, to be able to get us to try to help the Twins. So
this year's a lot different than last year. You know, last year the new guy coming in, it always makes it a little tougher. You know, trying to get to know guys, trying to find your role, trying to just, you know,
we can cut that one out, right?
Play your best. And this year it's really nice to come in and have a really good relationship with all the guys, especially the younger guys coming up too. We also, you know, have played with them coming up, so it's been really good for all of us. But yeah, like I said, just more comfortable, just getting used to, you know, the schedule, the routines, and just being able to go out there and compete and just try to throw your best stuff.
I think we're ready to toss these on though. Piping hot, hot as it can get, then you toss them on there.
Usually about 400 to 500 degrees, try to get it to.
I don't know, wait, who's doing this
you are
introduction here?
You can do it.
Hot to the better is probably not good for the burgers, but it's great for the steak.
Here.
Make the room. Bang. Look at those grill marks.
Hide them over there.
Not bad, right?
They've all been good, but this one by far has the best flavor. You killed this one. Louie, they call him Bill Spiller.
I need a different shirt, Brent.
He does need a different shirt.
Here we go. It's the Brent Headrick. It's on level 500 if you want one yourself.
Great material, honestly.
Yep.
The dude looks a little funny, but the material feels really good.
Big donkey lefty.
Yeah.
So these are Louie Varland shirts. I almost wore it today for his pitching time, but I figured I'd save it for the regular season. That's what we do all year long. Whenever the other one's pitching, we'll just wear each other's shirts to the stadium that day. And so if someone, like hitters don't know, when you walk in, they know exactly who's pitching that day, so it's a really funny time.
Steaks are off the grill. Look at those juicy things.
Hey, what temperature are we working with?
Oh man, that's perfect. You gotta invite Former over here. I know how he likes his steak.